If you were guaranteed to be successful, what job would you want? I've always wanted to make music a career, but I'm honestly afraid of failure, which is why I don't put my stuff out there really. If I was guaranteed to be successful as a musician, I'd totally put my stuff out into the world. Same here. I'm too sensitive to criticism or bad feedback too. It's not so much the criticism as I know I can't please everyone. But like, look at bands like Linkin Park. They got so much unnecessary hate over one More Light, an album which I personally loved. I mean, you see these bands evolve their sound over time. Not many bands stay exactly the same for their entire careers. I feel like it would get kind of boring if bands kept releasing the exact same kind of record each and every time. I probably would stop listening to Linkin Park if they had kept releasing Hybrid Theory over and over again, because it would get repetitive like a lot of the pop songs you hear on the radio at the store. I remember even Minutes to Midnight got a lot of hate from fans because it was different than the style fans were used to with Hybrid Theory and Meteora. Things like that are what go through my mind. Like, I want my music to be experimental. I want to release a record with like 3 or 4 different genres of music on it, because the way I write, the lyrics always come first and the music comes after. If I have sad lyrics, but I put a heavy metal guitar behind it, it's not going to sound right at all. If I take those lyrics and do something really light and melodic, or even something poppy like with One More Light, it fits the lyrics. Investor. It's one of those things you can walk away from with no negative baggage. I don't care for popularity or to have my skills criticized. Get rich. Walk away. Enjoy life. Hard to leave once you've made it. Astrophysicist. You should check out Planet Hunters. You can help discover planets and you don't need any formal training to do it. You get to do some light astrophysics and help contribute to science. Light astrophysics? Isn't that like light cooking, when you're asked to make a souffle when all you can make is a glass of water? Water slide tester. It might sound childish, but it's one of the few things I can think of that would make me happy. 1. I'd be fit, because you need to get up the slides first to actually slide back down. 2. My mental health would be in good shape as I'd be releasing adrenaline each time I slide down at a larger speed. 3. It's fun. Not many jobs are that exciting. 4. I wouldn't go retarded. A job like this still requires thinking. I presume I would have to write a report of each slide, addressing the pros and cons, listing some features I would add into the overall experience, as there's always room for improvement. 5. I would die knowing that I'll lead a successful life. With guaranteed success, I could embark on a trip around the world, or take up a new hobby without the interference of my job. Psychologist. My mum is psychologist and I can tell you that you can earn enough to manage life easy. You probably won't get rich, but if your standards aren't too high, I'm sure that you can live a good life. And if it is actually your passion, I would recommend you to do it. Closed bracket. Wow. It's cool that she's psychologist. I'm still unsure if I should pursue this dream of mine or not, but thank you for the advice/tip. Make videos on YouTube. Reason: I no longer need a life. Viral Amazon got me covered for food and I get to play video games and post videos that I don't edit. Medical researcher or climate scientist, I guess. I have absolutely no interest in it. But if I was guaranteed success at it, that seems like it would provide too much net gain to society for me to pick anything else. I would just paint all the time. I'm not very good, but it makes me happy when I finished a canvas. Golfer. I find golf really dull, but if I was guaranteed success at it, then you get to go to some beautiful parts of the world, have nice walks, don't need to train much, and get paid a whole amount of money. Or a vet. I wanted to be a vet when I was younger, till at about 15 I realized I'm too dumb to be a vet. I imagine neuroscience or psychology. I think more research should be done on the why of our brains, whether behavioral or chemical. I'd really like to understand why some people are capable of great, and bad things and others tend to live middling lives. I work with fighter jets. I can't tell you how envious I'm sending those fuckers up to punch holes in the sky for a living. Astrophysicist/astronaut. Incredibly difficult to do the second one. and I'm at the brink of too old to feasibly achieve it. My current chosen career, a welder. Fabrication has been a huge passion of mine, and getting paid to do it is absolutely awesome. There's so many different things you can work on, and so many different uses for the skills you have as a welder, that you're basically never out of work. I think my favorite part is that I can be creative, put my own unique spin on things that have a purpose, a real function. I'd want to be an archaeologist. I've wanted to be one since I was a kid. Octopus. First, they don't work. They are animals. Second, if I had to find work, there's always hentai, which apparently I would be successful. I've always wanted be a guitar tech, build and repair guitars, do setups and mods. If I'm good enough, maybe get hired by a band and go on tour with them. Get money and the ability to travel the world while keeping my anonymity and not needing the pressure to write and perform for toxic fan bases. Also just get the satisfaction that I'm doing my part in making music sound great. Some kind or art. Maybe an animator or character designer or even create my own cartoon. A reptile breeder and hospital. I want to help the exotic animals most people dislike, and maybe it'd take in animals like fish. They can be very important too, and they're worth saving. A voice actor. It's my dream job and I really want to do well in the industry if I'll be fortunate enough. The idea of giving a character a voice and emotions is everything for me. It's like acting, but I don't have to show my face, which is something I'm very insecure about. I'd want to be a YouTube vlogger of sorts. I'd love to make just like life talks and advice videos in the woods. Professional strongman. To make a living wage as a strongman, you would have to be world class, which means being like 6.5 feet tall and lifting enough weight to crush a regular human. It also means being at least somewhat famous, which opens up a lot of other avenues for money making. I've always wanted and am planning to chase a career in motorsport engineering to hopefully work in the pit lane for Formula 1 or MotoGP. Streamer. Makes me no different than anybody else, but a fan base would be cool. And if that ever took off, I could finally leave my day and night shift work. A food historian. I love learning about the history of different dishes, regional changes, TV dinners, etc. Just being a consultant that gives reality checks. Just be around to critique all aspects of a business with no personal repercussions. Lawyer. Already have a law degree, so I can help kids and victims of domestic violence. Jobs at domestic violence agencies are easy to come by. They aren't paying much though. On the flip side, the jobs are generally probably less stressful depending on the area and caseload. I just need to learn German first to a sufficient level before I can take the exams I need and learn the German law system. I'd be a lawyer. Not sure, though, whether I'd want to be a prosecutor or defense attorney. Probably a defense attorney, so that I could choose which cases I wanted to take on. I can't fathom prosecuting someone Howlett I believe to be or defending someone Howlett I'm convinced is GUI. ILT. It's my dream to become an actor and or to have gaming YouTube channel with my friends. Both would be dream jobs of mine. I would volunteer. I do volunteer work at a local food bank and at a community health organization and would love to be able to do it full time. I always thought I could bring something special to music. I never really wanted to be famous or anything. I just wanted to be free to explore and compose genuinely interesting music. When I was young, I wanted it so badly and was very excited about it. But whenever I brought it up to family members, they would always shoot it down or tell me why it was stupid. No one ever really asked me about it or took a genuine interest. That continued for years. Now, when I get those same excited feelings, somewhere in my head exists those same voices telling me why I shouldn't do it. It has kept me stuck and unfulfilled. If I were to die today, I would die with regret. 100%. I'm 47 now. I have lived a largely disappointing life. I have never woken in the morning excited to get to work. I have never felt pride in any job I have ever held. And as I sit here typing this, I wonder if I will ever move forward. It is fucked up. because I have a new woman in my life that loves me. She says it is hard for her to understand why I don't just do it now. And even though she supports me and really cares about me, the voice in my head tells me not to share too much because she will ridicule my dreams just like everyone else. I know she wouldn't do that. I was mind-fucked as a kid, and it still persists to this day. Not sure if this rant belongs here, but once I started answering the question, I couldn't stop. Good luck everyone. Stand-up comedian. It's a dream that I don't know if I'll ever see it come to fruition. But I think about it, and it brings joy to my heart. Hedge funding. Have you seen their car collections? If not that, then exotic car mechanic and mod shop. Professorship at a university. It's hard to get into, but I think I'd love it. Surgeon. There's only a 1% chance of successfully removing your tumor. Move aside drive. Wilson. I got this. Comedian. Several friends always say I should go for it, but I'll never be able to for 2 reasons. 1. I get really bad stage fright. 2. Sometimes I feel my jokes could get me cancelled, especially in this era where people constantly find reasons to be offended. Graphic designer. I went to school for it. Got a job somewhat related in print marketing. I occasionally get to flex my design muscles a bit, but I wish I knew more. I really wish I was a master of InDesign and Illustrator. Thankfully there are literal hundreds of hours of online videos and courses I can take to get better. I would want to be a writer. I'm just too prone to distractions. I mean, I could have been a better writer at this point, but I got distracted and slacked off, leading me to not write at all. It's just sad to see my ideas go to waste. But yeah, successful writer. Scientist. If I end up saving the human race from extinction, do you know who's finna go down in history? Me. Woodworker slash furniture carpenter slash cabinet maker. Maybe some small family farming on the side. But I've always wanted to make a job of working with wood in a creative sense. Computer hardware engineering. I'm 15 and the only thing I'm hyper interested in is computers and PC parts. I feel like having a job where I get to interact with something so interesting to me will be amazing. 3. I know it sounds like how a kid want be YouTuber slash streamer, but I literally want to be a YouTuber. I want to be somewhat like PewDiePie, Harlocdos, Gammaplay and the meme review stuff, just random videos. Like, it sounds dumb, but bruh, what more could you want other than having tons of supportive loving fans and being rich? You could donate to Street Judes and other charities, buy some cheese nuggets from Red Rooster, very specific like, but cheese and nuggets ultimate meme food, or I wanna maybe do some sort of coding IDKTB. The one I'm at now, personal trainer. But the salary is so low, I can't sustain this kind of life. It's basically existence at this point. Looking for a new one. Archaeologist. Man, I'd love to be able to spend my life discovering various historical sites and artifacts and be successful at it. Not really so that people would know my name, just because I'm passionate about history. I'd most preferably be busy in Egypt, and with a great deal of luck, discover the tomb of Antony and Cleopatra. Wonder if anyone will ever discover their tomb? That would be a dream come true. A drone slash robotic engineer, if that's a thing. Nanobots in a microscopic level that help with curing diseases, viruses, etc. I'd want to work for slash with Neuralink or a similar company that is in the process of trying to bridge the human-computer gap. Would happily be a test subject even. It is a technology that I see game-changing applications for, and one that I believe is mandatory for us to figure out before or alongside the creation of AGI. A mix of a writer slash author and historian. Apparently, no one likes history and thinks it's boring. Considering that history repeats itself in countless ways, is fascinating as hell, and we are living through it right now. Historians need more respect. Damn it, we are more than just school teachers. I'd like to work in a smaller video game company. Wouldn't want to work for Blizzard or anything where you get guided by investors too much. But if I could be sure a paycheck was going to come, smaller business sounds good. Video games are the greatest thing ever, but getting into the industry is such a crazy thing. One is guaranteed to be successful. Then you have to aim a little higher than your own goals in life. How about international peace broker? Whatever title the guys and gals working to disarm the nations of the world of nuclear weapons or any weapons that is very morally and ethically questionable to use. Or maybe I would be working for the people trying to stop global warming. Honestly, there are just too many things I would love doing. Hacker slash pin tester, rapper, voice actor, stunt actor slash choreographer slash body double, graffiti artist, shop owner of urban wear store, filmmaker. That is why I don't know what I want to learn. Because if I had any of these careers I would be extremely happy, but I don't know which to choose. Is money receiver an option? I'd really like to be able to just make things out of wood and metal. Furniture, canoes, sculptures, kitchen knives, whatever. My ideal creative release is too expensive to even get started. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.